I would like to talk to you about a language in South Africa that doesn't have textbooks in that language. This language is not taught at school. And if this trend continues, this language will not survive. It is the language called Setebele sakaNgombane. Setebele sakaNgombane. The town of Ngombane was earlier known as Potgietersrus. Today, 2024, generally it is known as Mokopane. And the language Setebele sakaNgombane is a very, very interesting Nguni language that you will find in and around this town earlier referred to as Potgietersrus. People who speak Afrikaans still refer to it as Potgietersrus. The official name now is Mokopane. A couple of very interesting things that I learned about Setebele sakaNgombane. I lived in that part of South Africa for some time, quite a number of years ago. And so being an isiZulu speaker, I found it so interesting and amazing to find that you have Nguni speakers. They speak an Nguni language here at Mokopane that is different. It is different from isiKhethu. I'm talking about isiNdebele, sakaManzunza, nesikhethu samanala, isiNdebele. No, it's a different Ndebele, Setebele sakaNgombane. A couple of interesting things about Setebele sakaNgombane. A couple of interesting features include the following. Number one, in this Nguni language, there are no click sounds. Okay, so the k and k is they are non-existent in Setebele sakaNgombane. Okay, no click sounds. In this language, there is also a very, very interesting influence of the Sepedi language. Okay, so it is, as far as I could hear when the people spoke, it is an Nguni language, but the influence of Sepedi on Setebele sakaNgombane is really great. There's a big influence on Setebele sakaNgombane. So much so that this isiNdebele language has and embraces the r sound. Okay, that's very interesting. isiKhethu, samanala, nesamanzunza also has no problem with the r sound. Okay, ifariki and mrazana and other words in isiKhethu, sakamahlangu. Okay, but Setebele sakaNgombane of Ngombane and Mokopane completely embraces the r sound. Okay, interestingly, they don't kuluma, so they don't say ngiyakhuluma. These people from Ngombane or Mokopane, they sumaela. If I remember correctly, lojani, ninjani, sikona siralena, we are okay and how are you? It's very close to the Sepedi. Ruona regaralena. Okay, but they say sikona siralena in Setebele sakaNgombane. They don't have clicks, they embrace the r sound, and they have interesting sayings. They talk about it, they have a very specific saying, the way that they, the speakers of Setebele sakaNgombane, and it is a saying that says, we eat our milk with a fork. Okay? And I remember one word that I'm remembering now, the word for a little girl is murwatanyana. Sikona seralena ha murwatanyana. Is there anything we can do to keep Setebele sakaNgombane from disappearing? I'm not aware of any investments being made in this language of the people who live just next to Mokopane and in the area called Mahwelereng. Mahwelereng, that is the area where the speakers of Setebele sakaNgombane live. So, did you know about this language in that area? Do you have family? Do you know people who speak this language? Do you know about any developments around this language? Because remember, if you don't teach it at school, how will this language survive? How will it reach the next generation? Good day to you,